happen. So we view life way differently than we ever have before. So even for a lot of us, if we've got a workplace that is purpose driven and they've got great values and they're doing amazing work, we're still like, I want to travel, I want to do other stuff with my life. And that's also confusing for us because we're like, oh my God, we've got all this like privilege, like the work we're doing is great and all of this kind of stuff. Why am I still depressed? Why do I still hate my life? Why do I still not want to work? And it's because we don't place the same value that was drilled into us before on that. And so we shouldn't. The access to information has made us smarter.
Women should not work unless she wants to. Women live their most ideal lives when they depend on their partner, their husband. All any woman really wants is to stay home, taking care of herself, her children, the home, her husband. Women are just not meant to work, literally and hormonally. Women's bodies do not handle stress the way a man's does. Women's fertility and overall femininity take a huge impact when they have to deal with stress. In society, women are told, suck it up, you can do it just like a man can, but guess what? We can't. So they're taking on the stress of a career just to prove themselves in society. They're actively pursuing independence instead of being in their true femininity. Women are specifically designed to be dependent. It's true, and when most women hear this, they find it incredibly offensive.
I hear this phrasing all the time. Women shouldn't work. Their bodies are different. But the question is, who do they expect to fund their lifestyle? This used to be the case when women were women in the traditional sense. Back then, there was an exchange. Today, modern women just feel like they shouldn't work just because. Today, that dynamic has completely shifted. Many women want the benefits of not working without offering the qualities that made men want to provide in the first place. And really, this is the equality they fought for, the independence, the financial responsibility, the ability to stand on their own. Yet now, it seems like they hate it. This woman said women shouldn't work unless she wants to, but that also means the man should work and carry all the weight. She's saying her income is optional, but his is mandatory. If she wakes up one day and decides she doesn't feel like working, she can just tap out, but he doesn't get that choice.
Maybe women do resort to OnlyCans and like easier routes. I mean, I guess it's not necessarily easier, but you make like a ton more volume and money because the system is not made for women to work in.
I'm like 2 seconds away from moving out of America. I can't do it. Take me back to Europe. Take me back to Australia. Take me back where things make sense. Where the food is not making you feel like a piece of crap 24/7, where their cost of living is not outrageous to actually obtain, where people see each other and experience life and travel and sit and have coffee and enjoy company. When I was 17, I went to Australia, and I will never forget someone said, "You Americans, you live to work and we work to live." And that has stuck with me since that moment, and I can't unhear it. I don't want to live to work. I want to work to live. And I can't do that in America. It's just freaking killing me here.
You know that saying that the guys that want you, you don't want, and the guys you want don't want you back, right? I figured out how and why that is. Stay with me on this one. The guys that you do not care about, the guys you're not even attracted to, do you notice energetically that you are just completely yourself with them because you're not concerned about what their opinion is of you? When you have this mindset, you're not caring about what you look like, what you're saying, you're just yourself, and that is very attractive to these guys. So when you're like super annoyed with the fact that the guy that you want doesn't want you back, you have to think about this. How are you acting when it comes to this type of guy? Are you being reserved? Are you being shy? And if that's the case, then that is probably a huge reason as to why he can't really fully like you, because you're acting way too concerned about what he thinks of you, and energetically that's going to pull him away from you. You kind of have to treat the guys that you're into a little bit like friends at first, like not caring whether or not you end up with them, because energetically that's way more attractive if you act like he's a friend, you have options, I'm good whether we date or not. And that is reverse psychology to get him to really be interested in you. Treat him like a friend, like literally treat him like a friend. I swear they start to get annoyed with that because they're like weirded out. Like, wait, why did you see me as a friend? Like, I don't like that. Like, wait, she's actually really cool. Like, she's herself. She doesn't care what anyone thinks. And I like her personality. You know, they start to really see you in a romantic way when you are just energetically not concerned what the guy thinks of you. So if you always find yourself liking the guy, but the guy that you want doesn't want you, you just have to treat him like the guy that you actually don't really like. You just have to be, again, in a mindset. It takes a lot of mental work because, of course, if you're attracted to him, I know it can be really easy to slip into that caring about what he thinks of you. But I promise you just kind of have to almost decenter men in general. And then you won't be so concerned about the outcome of whether this guy likes you or not. That is literally the secret to getting anyone to be attracted to you, or the guy you want to be attracted to you. Treat him like a friend and like literally see what happens.
This right here is something that's often hard for women to accept. The man they want simply doesn't want them. And what makes it even harder is that for a long time, many women have been told they can have any man they choose, that they're the prize, that no man would ever say no to them, especially if they look good or have a career. So when reality hits, when that one guy doesn't chase, doesn't reply, doesn't care, it shakes their world. And most times, it's not even that deep. He's not playing hard to get. He's not scared of her success. He's not intimidated by her energy. He's just not interested. No chemistry, no spark, no desire to pursue it. And that's something a lot of women struggle with, because they've rarely had to deal with rejection the way men have. Men grow up getting ignored, left on red, ghosted. It's part of the game. But for some women, being rejected by the man they actually want feels like an attack on their worth. And instead of accepting it, they try to rationalize it.
I have something to say. All I want to know, I wonder, like, what woman in her sassy group of friends, because she had to have some women following up behind her, came up with wanting to go to work. I hate working. Like, why would you want to allow past the want to go to work? They had to be dealing with a broke man. All you had to do was go get you a shark. That's it. Like, leave that man and go get you another man that has some money. That was it. But no, they want to work.
Sit with me while I don't work, because women shouldn't work. Even if they have a job, you should show up and not do anything. Especially if you work with men, they should just do everything. But your paycheck should also be just as big, if not doubled. So sit with me while I do that.
You need help.
Feminism conditioned us to pick the worst type of men, and here's how. Some of y'all's britches are going to be in a bind after this one. Super hyper-dependence has caused us to pick emotionally unavailable men. And I know this speaking from experience. And the rejection of positive masculinity opens the door for the toxic, weak masculinity. So when you start slapping labels on positive masculine things like provision, providing, headship, you invite a weak man who will either not be able to lead as a man, or someone who will manipulate you to thinking that they can. Been there. Feminism has glorified rebellion, not discernment. Women are confusing chaos with chemistry, so now those bad boys become the thrill, while the emotionally available, the stable boys become boring. And feminism has taught us to be that man that we were meant to receive, and then we walk around and wonder why we can't find a good one. Ladies, I know when you're on your own, you have to be independent. You have to wear the pants. I get it. But when you find that good man that is honoring you, cherishing you, providing for you, protecting your heart, girl, take those britches off. I'm not meaning hypothetically. I mean, whatever y'all do behind closed doors, that's your business. But I'm saying, take those britches off, those boss babe pants, and allow him to lead you.
Feminism, especially in its modern form, did condition many women to pick the worst types of men. And in many ways, it rewired how women view love, leadership, and relationships altogether. Instead of valuing stable, hardworking, loyal men who wanted to build a life and lead with purpose, they were taught to see those men as boring, controlling, or too traditional. Meanwhile, the loud, emotionally unavailable narcissistic types, the ones who showed dominance without responsibility, were painted as exciting, alpha, or confident. Feminism flipped the script. It told women to seek power over men, not partnership with them. It convinced them that submission, even in a healthy, balanced, trusting relationship, was oppression, that following a good man's lead was weakness, that bad boys and chaos were signs of strength and liberation. But now we're seeing the fallout. So many women chose thrill over stability, rebellion over respect, and now they're left dealing with broken homes, fatherless children, and emotional trauma.
Something that's so crazy to me is the fact that, I have to work. Look at these flowers. I put these together. These are gorgeous. And I live in a pink home. And I have a gorgeous iced coffee that I've almost finished. And I'm wearing literally a white skirt. You're joking. I don't deserve to have a job. I don't want to work. I don't like it anymore. It makes me sad. So, watch this video and help me not work. No!
Hot take, but I don't want to work anymore. God has completely removed that boss babe mentality from me. I desire nothing more than to be provided for. Now let me say, if somebody's providing for you, I truly believe, though, that you are serving them and serving your family. I don't want somebody to just be providing for me and I'm laying on the couch doing nothing. I want to serve my family if my husband is providing for me. And it's so funny because for so many years I had this super masculine, I want to be a boss babe and I want to do all these things, and I still enjoy what I do. I'm a hairstylist. I run a small business. And I make content on the side and I love what I do. It brings me so much joy to spread the gospel online and I get to make people feel pretty all day. It's a privilege and an honor to do my job. However, with that being said, I would much rather be cooking and cleaning for my husband and running my kids to soccer practice. If I had to choose one or the other, I'm for sure every time going to choose my husband and my family. That I don't even have yet, but I know that the Lord puts the desire, he knows the desires of our heart because he puts them there. So it's just funny that the Lord will completely change the way that you think.
I understand that now she's come to this realization. She wants to be provided for, wants a traditional family. But this usually comes when women are tired of doing it all by themselves, and it becomes overwhelming. It's something that will never cease to amaze me. They spend years chasing independence, only to later decide they want the comfort and security of a man providing. They didn't tell them that the independent boss babe lifestyle was tough, but left out the part about working long hours, paying every bill by themselves. That being said, I do believe that if a woman wants this lifestyle, they should be serving each other in the marriage. Too many times women get married and just expect the man to carry the weight by himself, financially, emotionally, and mentally, while they simply enjoy the benefits. A true partnership means both people bringing value to the table, not one person carrying the load while the other just reaps the rewards.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. I'll say it. I don't want to work, so f***ing sue me. If I never had to get another job again, I'd be happy as fuck. I want to be a cute little princess that never has to work a day in her life and always has her hair and nails done and goes on vacations and shopping and shit. But I can't have none of that if I don't work. Or get out there and do something strange for some change, which I'm kind of contemplating that at this point. I don't like this shit. I don't like this work shit. I don't like having to get up every single day at the ass crack of dawn to go and fake nice to people for 8 hours straight just to go home and go to sleep and get up and do it all over again for the next 40 years. I want to explore the world.
Just pure delusion again. She wants to be a princess, doesn't want to work, doesn't want to stress, but still expects her nails always done, hair on point, expensive clothes, and a lifestyle she didn't build. And of course, she thinks a man should cover it all without question. It's the fantasy of living like royalty without bringing any of the value that once came with it. Back when women got that treatment, they were homemakers, nurturers, supporters. They earned it by being a true partner. What it really is for many of these women is mental burnout. They've been running in the boss babe lane for years, juggling a full-time job, bills, errands, and everything else life throws at them. And the weight of being fully self-reliant eventually catches up. When that burnout sets in, they start craving a softer life, one where they can step back and be taken care of.
Not see their family, not make home-cooked meals, not be there when their husband gets home.
Show me a woman who has a husband, a family, a 9 to 5, and is truly, truly happy, joyful, has the time to take care of herself, looks radiant, looks glowing, is just oozing with life force energy. I will wait. Feminine energy is priceless. It's the life force that gives men, gives yourself life to go and create. Don't get me wrong, we need both masculine and feminine energy in our life. It's vital for the structures of the world. The 9 to 5 system was built for men because they run on a 24-hour cycle where women run on a 28-day cycle. Your hormones and your energy is constantly fluctuating every single week. This is not me saying go and be a stay-at-home wife. If that is your dream, absolutely go for it. But have your own business. Have your own freedom. Work jobs that will bring in income, because there are millions of ways to make money nowadays. If you think that you're boxed into one way, your brain is constantly trapped in scarcity. The moment you realize your differences as a woman and your strengths don't lie just like a man's, you will start to magnetize all the opportunities, the money, the love, the men that are going to treat you amazing, all because you nurtured your feminine energy.
I agree that many women don't like it or even enjoy it. In fact, a lot of them complain about it every single day. They talk about how draining it is, how stressful it is, yet still cling to the image of being fully independent. She mentions that femininity is vital, and I agree again. But the problem is that too many women today see femininity as weakness. They've been told that to survive, they have to be tough, competitive, and constantly on the grind, so they suppress their softer side. That's exactly why they exhaust themselves. It's a never-ending hustle that leaves them burned out, yet they're afraid to embrace a lifestyle that allows them to relax into their femininity because they think it means losing power. What these women are trying to prove is that they can do it all by themselves. And sure they can, but it's hurting them even more in the long run. They're constantly in prove mode, trying to show the world they don't need anyone. But in the process, they're draining themselves.
You know what? You know how people ask you, oh, what's your dream job? I saw a girl on here that put that post and she was like, I don't have a dream job because I don't dream of working. That's what I'm talking about. I just want to make money just from like existing. Like low-key I already do that because of TikTok, but it's not enough.
Because why in the do I have to work 40 hours a week, maybe 50 hours a week, wait 2 weeks to get a paycheck, submit a request to take time off to take a vacation, and it may be denied. Can't take no mental health days. This whole 9 to 5 is a scam. It's a scam, and it's from the pits of hell, and I don't want no more parts of it. I'm trying to figure out how I can get rich without having to go work for anybody else. I gotta show up for myself. Yeah, this 9 to 5 shit is a scam. I'm over it.
This woman says she's overworking. She doesn't want to do it anymore. It's tiring. It's draining. She's burnt out. And what this proves is that women didn't really want the opportunities they asked for. They wanted the freedom, not the responsibility. They wanted options, not obligations. Why do I have to work 40 hours a week? Because that's the price of the equality she was promised. And now that she's feeling it, she doesn't want to pay it anymore. There are plenty of women in this boat now, saying, I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. I thought I wanted this life, but I was wrong. Men, come save me. They're breaking down under the pressure, quietly at first, then publicly. on podcasts, in viral clips, in group chats with their girlfriends, finally admitting that the strong, independent woman role isn't what they thought it would be. Because what's the point of being independent if you're miserable? What's the point of being empowered if you cry yourself to sleep after working all day, coming home to an empty house?
Shout out to Cosmic Verse for the video. I'm gonna leave the link to his channel down in the description. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Till next time, it's the Modern Man Experience. I'm out of here. Peace.